Hello and welcome. Right, now I did do quite a bit of shifting at the end of last session. I know I left us up here and I thought, did I actually show you? No, I did, yes. Well, it's all down at the shop, but I thought there's one thing I forgot, and that is, yeah, we didn't buy the quick bail on camera. So like that we're going to do. We are going to correct that. I'd like to try to do the all-in-one starts to finish. Do I do it myself or we've got two grass fields to do this time. We also need to redo the field, the original field, and it is smaller, even though it's not small. So do we do this or do we do no we yeah, it's we've got the Omatana that does that already, so we only ever need grass bales really. We can go bigger, but we're best to stick 2 rounds really. But the quick bale is a beaut in so much as it really does bigger bales anyway, so it's like having it's going to cut down the amount that we actually do. It's a shame really, because obviously we have got the original quick bale, which is also super duper, but that also bale wraps that we don't really. Oh, that is a point. The quick baler wraps as well. You can't have the one sort of thing really. So we either wrap them and gather them, and then we sort of are wasting our time with why do we want. Yeah, you've got to have. Yeah, you can't switch it off. Isn't there the one? Yeah, I had this problem before and I'd forgotten about it, and it is true. You sort of think it's not really about the cost, it's about the extra. It needs the extra hitch at the back. Now, doesn't the yeah, this no, it's not got a hitch, has it? Yeah, it's on almost all systems, the actual baler is the last thing in this pile. The Brit's only, as far as I'm aware, a quick bale that you can stick the Anderson on, but the second you do that, it obviously baler wraps, so that's not necessary. Yeah, we don't need that. Trying to think, there's nothing. The only one that comes to mind, but again, it's a wrapper, is I think the Heston that we looked at very briefly yesterday. There's the Fixmaster, but that again, it's not got the pickup. It's classed as, yeah, you can. This is the front attacher, goes lower and higher, and you can stick the wrapper on. So in other words, we could do it, but you still have got no rear hitch for the Anderson. There's only the quick bale that I am aware of that has got that ability. Wheel set up. That's no extra beacons and work like silence. Yeah, that's got. That hasn't it? That has got a hitch on it. So does that? I mean, we're not talking the Anderson, obviously, which is rather annoying because we've got the Anderson. Do you know, I think at this late stage, I think we're going to have to stick with what we've got. So do you know something? Let's just drive back. Yeah, it is. It's true. It's not. Yeah, I think it's tough. I think we're going to have to collect bales of it. Otherwise, you've got that. Why is you bothering with the Omatana? We've already chosen our partners. If we're going to do the quick bale, then we would have done it at the beginning, really. Well, no, not necessarily, but it is the fact that we've already got the Omatana, and why would you do that? It's 250 tons of silage per month, so let's stick with what we've got, what we've done. I don't think there's much to be gained. Yes, I know it's all totally freedom then, because yeah. Right, we also, this is the month where I wanted to do this first, but now thinking about it, I do realise that I can't work this out. I don't know whether those stakes are in imagination that you can still see whether it was a mistake. It's a few weeks old now. I was looking at the maps, and usually if it's a brand new map, it's in page 1, and it's about page 3, so it's 2 or 3 weeks old now, Yarra Valley. Maybe even as big as a month. So we really need to set going our baler on this field. So we will still be picking up the bales, because it's, yeah, literally the round and round though, really you shouldn't actually bump into them that much. I say we've already picked, we've got the Anderson, so if you chose to square now, you're wasting just money just for the thing of a change. So we do need, yeah, basically we need you first. Let's set you going. We'll start it on the big field, because this pretty much is doing every job except for yeah, and then we're going to speed up time a little so we can get to, yeah, so we've got our new, now let's go, I do like the back on this, I think it's amazing. I do, I never get told. I really like that a lot. Right, so then let's get this going. And we're the wrong way round. Is this the last course? It is. So we don't even have to change the course. It's already set up. So this should do everything bar picking up. And it really shouldn't. There might be, sometimes they get caught by a bale on the first turnaround. It depends on where the bale drops. That is all I'm going to say. So then we want, first, just make sure you can sneak past the John Deere. Yes, you can. We've got the one ready to grab the bales. So, we could cut the other field, but what's the point then in having an all-in-one contraption if you're going to do that? It's totally, plus which, no, I know, yeah, we could still do windrowing and baling in one, it's true, but it's a waste of time. Why would you do why do you strip a job down to almost a single pass for everything bar picking the bales up, and then you go back to doing it the old way? It's a little bit, no, that is a point. Yeah, water. Oh yes, you've not seen that, have you? Now let me just show you the changes, the things I did do. No, actually I think, no, I didn't show you this. So let's grab another load of manure, because we've seen that is really, yeah, we're going to stick this one in the, did I do a set in the, I'm not sure if I stuck some in the distributor off camera, not absolutely sure. I still haven't found the session where the water thing got lost. No, I really haven't. So it's a really strange one. We know it did because it was disappeared, and I was like, "What? Where's it gone?" But yeah, let me take you for a little walk, and we'll cut this one next. But yes, we have got. Yeah, now this fits nicely in there. It's a little bit snug, but it didn't fit in the one where I said, "Oh, this is for the big things." Now it is rather tall. It is a slightly taller than the starting harvest, but it doesn't quite clear there. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, we're going to have a look at this now. I have got things in the way. Yeah, now my favourites is normally the type of shed that you'd stick in the middle. But we might have to get rid of the veranda to make this happen. But I was thinking, it's a fantastic shed. It is my favourite. What if you could get my two favourites working together? Yeah, now they won't join. That's obvious. But yeah, I'm thinking. I just wanted to have a look at this for posterity. We might need to get rid of that. We might need to shift the stuff out of the way. But it would be nice to have a little bit more shed space here, because I know it matters to you guys and gals, some of you definitely. So I'd like to, yeah, here is my all-time favourite. Now that if we, because the pass-through section, we're already storing stuff over there anyway. Now the bays, are the bays? Yeah, the bays have got to be on that side. It is just a little bit big. It wouldn't be a waste though if we did that. I think that would actually, yeah, we'd have to V-mode it. We'd have to. No, we need to look from the roof of the actual thing itself. Like, I think like that actually. We'd have to. So we'd have to. Does that? I think it intrudes on the BGA a little bit, but then we're not really using the BGA at the minute. But if we're doing animals, then at that point we do. So do you know? I think we're trying to squeeze in it in the right place. If the BGA wasn't there, though, I would think on a normal Let's Play that might actually work. Had we designed that with that in mind, you could do it the reverse way around. It's going to waste a lot of, it's going to be a central one, but then they are. That is the way that works. So then, with no further ado, now let's have a look. Is Sarah working okay? And I still haven't got the... Yes, I love the fact Courseplay is doing everything properly. There's no wastage. It's doing a cracking job. It really is. So amazing. Right, I think we're going to speed time up because we are going to do that, what we were talking about, which is, yeah, we've got olive oil, 682,000 in it. Wow, it's such a lot. And then there's the pig food, 72,029, which is only 69,000 is what we're going to get at the minute. So I think it's time to sell our produce and become a millionaire. Absolutely do. Now also there's an awful lot of digestate still. I knew we were going to do that, dump that in a minute. We should have none in there at the minute, but we're about to remedy that once we've finished this episode. They're all working nicely, the grapes and olives. That's all good. Need to keep the water going. Oh, I didn't get as far, did I, as to show you that. Now that's going nicely. And there's a lot. Yeah, we need to dump another lot of manure in there. But the thing we're really interested in right now is, now that's selling already, but it is that super duper new partner that we found here. There is no olives in at the minute. There's loads of water. So it's I did say it was super. I did say it was good at that. And it is. It got rid of all of that massive amount. Right, so this we need to go. There's 28 tons of... And we've already checked the price. So, let us watch what happens when it goes to 10 o'clock. Because I think we are going to be millionaires. In fact, nearly $1.5 million. Now this is the one where I might be right, where we bump into the bale. So we're going to hang on just for a minute. Because once we've cleared this, we should be home and dry really, because it's, well, you can always drop a bale on that crossover bit where you go from one line to the next, but you should really avoid it. It should just about manage to do it, but this is the crunch time, yeah. And yeah, you see, blocked by an object. So manually, now is this going to happen all of the time? That's the question I've got. Yeah, we missed a bit. That was us, me and me alone. So, Bill, did I check the sales? I'm sure I will have done. Yeah, we did. I remember. Right, so then... nearest, and let's just make sure it's going to do its changeover. It should now be good. There's going to be those little corner swishers that we need to clean up at the ends like we did last time. Ah, this is where it misses and it's gone in. Yeah, we need to do that slightly differently. Yeah, I did this yesterday. It's weird. It sort of misses. You can be just slightly in the wrong place. If we do it here, is it going to... Which way is it going to go? Is it going to go into the left, or is it going to choose the right path? Fantastic. Right, now yesterday we missed a row. So then, let's leave course by trundling. It should be pretty much alright. So that is amazing. Now, obviously, we've got a lot of work to do this session. Are we buying fields yet? Yeah, I mean, animals as well. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Let's have a quick look. The lay of the land, because this is the only bit of ground we've got, and it's not big enough for animals. So that would probably mean that we're going to have to sacrifice part of the field for animals, and it does have to be a big one. I don't want to be... I think field 3, let's have a look. Let's do this logically and yeah, cleverly. If we look at the fields, the bestest field, I don't want to be losing part of the bestest field. That's 111, that is good. That's now field 9 has got a lot of additional land. It has, but let's go and see how useful that land is before we... Yeah, 7 and 6 are monsters as well, but we have got the money, I think. That's 298. That would make sense because it's right next door, but then so would 9. That's right next door too. So, with that in mind, now that we're happy that that's trundling, let's go get one of our fast tractors. Let's stick that manure into the farm production shed, because that needed another 45 tons, and that's holding us up doing the digestate to make fertilizer. So we need to get this in, and then we're going to do another one in a few minutes. We'll leave this dumping this in, and then we going to buy one of the fast masses because they're fast too. There's not much in it really, and this one's got... Yeah, the other thing I'm going to show you is, as we're passing, is the little one here is quite happy dealing with that monstrous 67-ton beast. Get that to, and you can see it does both, so that is quite good. So that did exactly what we hoped it would do. Now then, let's go and have a look. I know we can fly, I know we could use the map bit, but is this... Oh, now that looks to me like it's a very hilly extra bit of ground, and to level that, I would imagine it's going to cost us, well, plus which, it seems to me, I was thinking about it in editing, that I think... let's have a look. We need to put our counter... We're on the edge of our field if we go here. Now the other thing, Rastaman didn't like you. A lot of map makers don't like you. Let's have a look, whereabouts that? So actually, we do gain a massive amount past where my little cursor is, which means we own this. But is this going to be, and because it would make a fantastic animal enclosure, but are we going to be allowed, or is this like Rastaman and DS Power that basically say you can't cut my trees down? Now I can understand in things like around the edge of maps where they want you to sort of say no, leave that alone. But then when you get a massive amount, Rastaman gave us an enclosure that was an extra field and it had lots of trees, and you thought, oh, okay. So, but you weren't allowed to cut a single tree down. Is this going to be the same? In which case, what is the point in me buying this field if that is the case? Now, this would make an additional job in those months, because you've got to look at winter now as not as we know it in the UK and Europe. Because, yeah, we would be now in winter. Now, this is summer. It is. You've got to think of December's in a different way. So we're busy at the minute, and we're going to get less busy in, I think it's June, July, August, or it could be July, August, September. That would be our winter. So that would be ideal months when we can't do anything else to chop these trees down, and then we could go into animals. But that's a long way off. So we could literally. Is there a way in? Because it seems. Well, there is an easy way, and I don't think we can. Yeah, we can sort of sneak like that, but there's an even easier way. Oh, there's a proper gate. There is. There you go. There is a proper way in. So we'll have an investigation. I still think, how much is this field? Yeah, that's one thing I'm going to say. 405,000. Now that would solve the animal problem. We could have the animals there. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's only one step away. Or we do the brave thing, which is field 8. We sacrifice field 8 and make it the farmyard, which is, it makes more sense in a way. As much as field 9 is nice, it's an awful long way. Although you can, yeah, you could have your animals to have something like the little Massey as your, yeah, and it needn't be a long way because you've sort of got nuclear areas where you just go to that particular one. It just, you don't get outside your door. I prefer the idea of losing field 6 though, if I'm honest, and as keeping the new grass field as the grass field, and then buying the other ones as arable. I think we've got an awful lot of, right, we need to grab the, yeah we do, we've got the manure is there. We need the Anderson, we need to rescue that because it's wasting time. Yeah, so we're going to cut the grass this time, and then I might have a point. It may be time that actually goes to be the farmyard. A bit of a, yeah, because it does make sense in a lot of way. We've already got this really like that. I think it makes sense. So we could also then stick some more sheds down in a more accessible way. Right, let's. Oh, really did. It really did. Yeah, it's right. Let's. Oh, they abandoned ship as well. Yeah, they have well and truly abandoned ship after wrecking our tractor. Yeah, it is a bit gangly. I did know this could be a bit of an issue. No, let's not worry about that in a minute. Let's just get it in the right position. And let's move that out the way. It seems to be stuck. I think we'll do some bale collecting because with the best will in the world, you think, and this is the strength of the quick bale, really. And so we really do need, unfortunately, to go through all of these. Because we may as well do a little bit of cleaning up and getting it. Now we do need to go in that position that we were in last time, so that we are going in. So there should be perfect. Right, let's grab some bales. But yeah, I think I'm right. I do. I think, yeah. To me, a Let's Play is all about, I don't think I've ever done a perfect Let's Play. It's all about making decisions for the farm planning and all the rest of it, and hoping that you make every single decision be right. I have yet to achieve this goal. Yeah, I have. There's always something that I think, oh, could have done that a bit better. I mean, there isn't ever a perfect scenario, that's not what I'm saying. But I would love to do a Let's Play where I manage to achieve, well, where I think, yeah, you made every single decision right. You did. Now, I do think the partners we've chosen, it's super. That's one thing I am going to say. That I do think I am right as well about keeping this as the grass field. With this contraption, we've seen that even, yeah, there's only really the quick bale. But then you've got a complete, well, no, I don't suppose you have with a quick bale. It's just that you'd be, is it worth losing a partner though for fine-tuning your operation to the point where everything works seamlessly? Because the other thing is, you could go for two of them, although I don't want grass to be, no, in a way I'm pulling away from grass. I don't mean it's not going to be part of the Let's Play. We've got the BGA, so I want it to tick over, but I don't want it to be a big part. I just want to be doing the one grass field, and everything else is all about the normal, normal crops. That's what I do like to do that. I've long since, but I do think it's time for animals as well. If we're going to do animals as well as productions, the productions are reasonably looking after themselves, really. As long as we top the water up on the odd manure, then truthfully, yeah, we'll take this back and we'll do another manure load. It is pretty much looking after itself. When I like that, it is a nice place to be. So yeah, animals seem the logical choice. And we have shaken this up quite a lot. This is quite a departure. Yes, we've still got the BGA, and as I say, really, I think that will nearly always be part of the course, because it is a good starter, and you usually often, especially when I start from scratch, start with grass. I've got to be honest as well. I think this is perhaps the best, the most flowy start from scratch I've ever done, where it's flowed very nicely, mainly due to the partners that I've. But you know, you don't take away all credit. That's one thing I am going to say. I've never been very good at accepting any kind of credit for doing something. As I've just said, you have got to make the right decisions always. That is definitely also true. So you obviously did do the right thing at the right time all the way through so far. It doesn't mean to say you didn't make any mistakes, but your mistakes weren't the nature that affected the Let's Play detrimentally, shall we put it like that. Right, fantastic. Let's put that back, and while that's doing that, we should grab some more manure, and this one we're going to stick in the distributor, because that should be almost the 100 tons in there now. So this one is for the distributor, so it can put it wherever it's needed, which again, yeah, is important. Should be about right. And we'll wait with it this time. Then we're going to grab another set of bales, because I think we'll be able to do that, and then we'll keep that going. Fantastic. Ooh, yeah, it's not as simple as you think. You've got very, very wide tyres. Oh, very, very wide. Wow, I didn't think I'd actually catch them that time. Yeah, so I think there are the two options. We don't necessarily need to waste this bit, but we're not going to waste it all. But even if we did, to be honest, I'd be very happy with that being the animal plus an additional. I wouldn't mind doing my shed there in the middle. Now this is going to be different because of what you've done. I think this time we're going to need to do it like this. Now now this is true. That could well be. The trigger might be on. In which case, it's not so good. Ah, you've got away with it. Right. Very, very lucky. Or it might be that the distributor's designed with that in mind. It may be. Yeah, but I do like the idea of that field, even so we will be grabbing that one as well. So it really is now a matter of spending our money on fields for the coming year. Bearing in mind that this is now the height of the season, but we need to be doing this when the fields are empty. So we need to be looking for cultivated, really. Yeah, we want to be looking for these. Field 6 is not showing because it's grass. Field 2 is ours. Field 4 is cultivated. Right, I thought it did look like it. Right, so then if that is the case, that one will buy. And it is a lot. Fantastic. Any more for any more? No, that's heavily growing. Field 7 is ploughed. Ah, okay. Field... no, it's plot 10. I do wish this is really confusing. There we go. Smashing. So we're now down to 458,000. Did we check this? Yeah, we did. So we've not gone on in time. Right, so then we've done that and that. Animals, I think we'll wait now that we've just done that. We also need to buy a cedar, and I did hint at the fact that I had something in mind and I was going to go for the Massey, and I think I am. We're going to go for the Castor. Yeah. And yeah, we'll do it, get it ready, definitely. So we need, if we're going to do that, that is cultivated and that's ploughed, so that we can actually do now. Then stones, because we have got a D stone. Now that is an interesting point. I sort of did a test with myself the other day. Let's just set this going. Don't we need to grab some with the Anderson? Yeah, we do really. Let's let that go. Are we going to block our entrance? Not really. Oh, we've already got that on there, so do you know, we'll keep that. Right, we'll go and do this because we have really got to look after that as the main job. I think we'll probably dedicate. That's the trouble. You try to squeeze too much in. We've bought the fields. We've set the things in motion. We've not had a single cedar. It's been all cultivators and things like that, really, all the way along. Now let's just backtrack and make sure we're not going to get him snagged, or her for that matter. Don't know who it is. It is Flip-Flop Lady, I think. Oh no, it might be Steve, as I call him. The cool man with the bandana. It might be. Who is it? It is. It's Steve. Now you might ask, why do I call them names? Well, you see, the one thing about the Star Wars names is they change. And they can call Steve, as I call him, Alex, or any of the other names. No, not Alex, actually. That's not a name I've got from in Star Wars. Obi-Wan. Yeah, they could call him Obi-Wan, and then of course it changes, and it can be Han Solo next time. Whereas, obviously, the real thing is, it would be to name your... In FS19, there was a worker mod, and you could name them, and it used to hover them in the air. It was sort of good, but it wasn't quite right. Now, this one I like, the helper admin, but it names the same worker a different name every time. Now, I'd like Steve to be called Steve all the time, or Obi-Wan to be called Obi-Wan all the time, so you know that that character is Obi-Wan, or that character is Han Solo, or Farmer Girl is always Princess Leia. Yeah, that's what I would really like. But helper admin, it just names them different, one of those names randomly. So it is a little bit... It's good, but not quite right. Not quite. Not for reality, you know, for like if you were trying to... Yeah, I know what I mean. I'm probably not explaining it very well. Which is usually the case, really. Yeah, I think actually, anyway, doing this grass field is an episode in itself, really. Which is why I wanted to hurry it up and actually get this where we were keeping the flow going. And it is a big field though, it is true, for just one mower stroke, baler stroke, windrower. That is, but then would it cope with two? So it is one of those, it's a quandary. Now, there is room for more productions here, but again, are we going to be allowed to chop these trees down on our land, or is this going to be another no-no? And that's my point, because it's, yeah, DS Power was the same on Nieskopheim. It was like saying, no, you're not chopping my trees down. It was saying you don't have access to the land, and you did. It was your land, but it was his way of saying, leave the trees alone. I did get the message. The same as I did on Rasterman's map, it is true. But it is a little bit, yeah, I can see why on the edge of the map, and I can also see why you're not allowed, like, you don't own the little strip around the edge and stuff like that, so why they get precious about it. Oxygen David, yeah, or equally I see sort of some of where they're coming from, and it is of course their map, and we do have a choice, as I said, with Court Farms, of going on that map, and of course you go to, it's an Oxygen David map, so why would you not go and see the work of a Grandmaster, really? And I do concur with those thoughts completely, and I will put up with the fact that Oxygen David is going to say, oi, leave my trees alone, the same as I would that GB modding. That doesn't mean to say that I have to like it. I do still say, if obviously a lot of people go on about realism, and I certainly do an awful lot about trying to play this as if I'm a real farmer, even though I'm a virtual farmer, and also be realistic, but a tree's a tree, so it should be able to cut it down. I mean, I understand that yeah, none of them, Oxygen Dead, if he's giving you a forest that's supposed to be forested, and you're supposed to be using forestry, then of course he's going to allow you to chop the trees down. That goes without saying. But yeah, it's the trees where you want to put a production down. I mean, especially as I start from scratch, to me it's very important, because we often have to do what we've done here, which is to make use of fields that have got a bit of extra, and they usually are in almost every map, so it is acknowledged. So if it is acknowledged that that is the case, then why, oh why, can I not chop my trees down? And as I said, I do understand some exceptions. I'm not completely being silly. Right. Yeah, so we bought some fields, so we do need to now. I am wondering, do we go... I like the caster, and I always now, after a conversation with Milk Like Hen, I always go at 10 miles an hour. Because I know you can go full pelt, but again, I'm trying to play realistically. You can use casters. Casters were one of the very first methods of seeding. Yeah, people used to use satchels and used to walk down the rows, and it's not quite as simple as I'm saying. You obviously also have to put the soil over the thing. They used to use cattle, and they would make a row, and then you would cast down the row, and then you would go back down and pull that soil back over that. So it's not just as simple as casting. So I know even with casting it's not quite as cut and dry as, well, it is with some seeds, but not with others. So yeah, but your field prep you've sort of already done before with your ploughing or your cultivating, so it's sort of a bit like, no, I know I'm not going to use that analogy, but it is true, it is. I do like the caster, but as I said, I do always try to play it realistically so that we're doing 10 miles an hour. Obviously it's a 20-metre spread, so it's hard to beat, it really is. You'd have to go for an absolute beast, but that's the other option, is we could go big. Oh, again, I did say we may need a bigger tractor, as in like a 500 horsepower plus jobby, although there are quite a few planters, although I'm trying to think what we need. Almost all things are grains. Sunflowers aren't grains though. Well, we may eventually get a planter, but we can afford it. We can really. That is the truth. If we do need a planter, yeah, I mean, bearing in mind the seeder that I'm on about is, I believe, 5,000. So it's not going to break the bank, really, and it is fantastic. It would just mean always that we would need to cultivate beforehand. That's the one thing I'm going to say. Or we'd need to plough, but we take hits from ploughing. It's frowned upon if you're using precision farming. So it does go a little bit against our score. If we're going to plough all of the time, we seriously are going to take a hit, and that's not good. So it probably is better to aim for something like, it's got to be no-till. Yeah, like that. That's 3 meter. You are not. Oh, I am not serious. I'm not. Yeah, that is, though. That is a 6. That's a 12, and that is it does everything. So that is an option, even though it is a lot more money. We are for once in a position where we can actually do that. So we could go massive, although that is like a money sink, like it's gone out of fashion. 700 odd grand to have the complete thing. Now if we were going to go that way though, I've never tried the Concorde, which comes with that 9.1 meter. So that is an option, and that's not going to break the bank. I never tried it, always wanted to. Also does the fertilizing as well. 45, 55, 63,000. That is an option, a very reasonable option for a 9.1. We could even go for 2 of those for an 18 meter. There's a very few monstrous, really big systems. Really, let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, there's the air. There we go. That's the massive. That's the one I was going to go for. 20 meter spread. There's very little that can touch it, and it is so super duper cheap. Of course, you've got to do your fertilizing as well. Additionally, there's also this one, the special one by DS Power. Yeah, I mean, that's by DS Power too, but this one's got the, well, it looks like it has. So that must have a split tank down there. Oh, no, it's got an additional one at the back. So yes, that's an option, but again, it's only a 6 meter. I think this is the beaut I do really like, and it's not terribly expensive. Well, in the grand scheme of things, and it's a 19.8 meter, so it's equal to that, but also is a no-till, plus it does everything all in one, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that's worth the, oh, that's nearly caught with, that's an 8 meter. Oh, that just clipped me, I think. So I'm not sure what way to go. I mean, obviously the caster's the best in a way, but it doesn't no-till, and we do get hammered for breaking the rules. So and I don't really fancy that. Also, the fact of the matter is that when you seed, you do all of the fertilizing, which, what is there not to like about that? Then all you've got to do is your liming separately. I do think if we were going to do that, we would want to go. Yeah, I'm leaning towards, as a liming system, as good as the bread all is, and it is I'm leaning towards the Massey box, but I like to, yeah, I'm in my head, I'm trying to put a bit of a demarcation, like there's a lot of bales off this field. This is fantastic. It's just the second set of these, and we've still got quite a chunk in the middle, although that's not going to take long for that to go, really. Yeah, we'll wait for this bale 22 and then we're going to leave it. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think I'm leaning towards the Airhawk. I've not done that since Rombos, and it is a proper biggie. It really is. And if we're going to go planter, I am heavily. I'm really leaning towards the Kinsey. I've really started to use that and to really think of that as a cracking, amazing planter. And again, I have got my old favourite, but it doesn't no-till. The Kinsey does. Again, got to work. If precision farming is a massive part of our game, and it is, then you've got to really work with it. Right, so then, right, while that's unloading, let's go and grab that manure, and we're going to stick that into the, yeah, so that we've got plenty of manure, and for once we're in advance. Yeah, and then we've got to start to do the animals. Again, we're trying to think which partner I'm going to use. I am heavily, narrows, but it's still a little bit naughty. Pay attention. And whilst you're passing, let's just start that going. And I always lose every sense of direction. Yeah, we're going to do this cut next session, I think, because that is taking rather a long time. As much as it is good, that's because workers do faff around. I'd have been better to do it myself, really, in time-lapse it. But hey-ho, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm trying to think if we do... What do we need that land for at the back of Field 9? It seems a shame to have a lot of land if you're not going to use it. Yeah, we could see it. Oh, no, I need to go down a bit more than that. That's more like it. Right, let's have a quick look at... Oh, they... Oh, no, No, it means there's no weeds when it's brown. Yeah, there's literally, they've weeded well. Yeah, so... Yeah, we own Field 7 and Field 4. So they'd seriously need to do some work on those, really. But let's have a look at our productions as the session is closing down. And yeah, see the... Yeah, because we obviously have put an awful lot of grass into this now. 253 tons. That's an awful lot more than last time, I believe. That's phenomenal. So water. Oh my life. This is what I was saying about chucking all that water in. It does. This is what we had on Rhombos, is that the distributor tries to fill, and it's 2 million litres. 2 million litres. You'll not fill it. It did actually. It did fill it in time. But yeah, it is a bit... Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Blocked by an object. Yeah, so we've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, we are slowly unfurling. We're slowly buying quite a lot of fields. That's a massive amount of progress. So we need to be thinking of planting, and also we need to be looking. I need to be getting my head around the crop calendar, because it's obviously different. So yeah, I need to be. It's strange. Obviously, this has thrown me right on my backside. Because you're used to, I can almost quote, I've got a good idea, as most virtual farmers have, of like what gets planted when, almost to the month. And then this comes and it's a complete reversal of everything. Right, I think we're going to take over now. This is the point where it's going to get silly, because I think it's almost where it's done its round and round trick. So it's going to be going the ups and the downs, and it's really not very good at that. Well, I think we had a couple of blocks, so yeah. Yeah, we'll take over, we'll grab these, and then that is it. And then that is definitely us done. Yeah, once we finish this field, I'm not going to do the liming and fertilising. We'll get that done next session. I wasn't ready because we've done lots of other things. That's the thing. You can concentrate on a field and you can do everything, but then if you're doing lots of other things, you can't do everything. You can't. Let's not get in those way of the grass. Let's take over from Steve. The only bad thing is when you take over from Steve, you've got to go through every single implement, and that's when something like this is a pain. Are we on auto drop? We are. Fantastic. Not going to time lapse it because there's just not enough. No, it is true though. You do make a choice. We've done a lot of side jobs, the manure, the water, all of that type of stuff, and also me showing you around the farmyard. It's all important stuff. It is. It's important that I show you what we've done. And we have got a harvester now, so we are moving. We can just, I think we've got to get a seeder. And I think we're going to have to think big, because it is a think big map. So I mean, don't get me wrong, the caster is adequate, but you can't leave a worker with it, is the one thing I am going to say. It's really a you job, and that limits you. So I'd sooner spend more money on a system that's going to work than I would for us to be bogged down where I can't be free to manage the farm, is the way that I'm going to put it. This is where we need to do that, what we did last time. And this isn't for the extra grass, it's just to keep the thing from smashing into the front mower. You've got to get your turn right. Ooh. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Right, let's get cracking. Time is a wasting. I think we're going to leave those corner cuts because it's always going to take, it's better to just do your ups and your downs, I think. Obviously the bad side of this is, in some ways, I've got to say, it's having the built-in windrower is a massive thing really. So it is also the mowers that do that are 10 meters. So you've always got to ask yourself the question, is there a best way to do things? As in, like, is it, or is it just different? Having used lots of systems now, to me, it's, I can't say it's better or it's worse. There are, as I said, I think before, advantages and disadvantages. It's not really as cut and dry. Right, let's just start to turn like that. Otherwise, it's going to take a while. Do is we'll come in to a couple. It just gets rid of that weird corner. Yeah, the other thing is the miles per hour is a little bit, because this is, I would imagine we're actually about at the limit of our horsepower with having everything. So I think if I remember rightly, this windrower is a bit of a beast. Cool. Yeah, so again, advantages. It's one reason why I wanted the Mack Trucker one. Really, I chose my partner well, but it just didn't like this baler. Again, it's just the baler. It really is. It's didn't work well with that. I've never had a problem with it before. So again, it's but you've sometimes got to work with what you've got, which we did have. I didn't want to just change my partner suddenly. But, you know, I was quite happy with this baler. It's done a cracking job, so yeah. Right, come on, let's... Yeah, I think it's one up, one down. It's weird. Yeah, it's not quite right, but it's definitely one up, one down. Just a little bit on the left. There is always a price to be paid for this kind of where you're trying to I've got to be honest, the best I have ever found so far is the quick bale. It is, and again, you've got to sort of go the wrong way around the fields. I always want to go clockwise, and you've got to go counterclockwise so that your Anderson catches things in the right way, and that works perfectly. So again, I did say this about this, you've got to find the right way to work with any kind of special system. You really have, whether that's to go round and round in the field or whatever. Yeah, you've got to sort of try and fine-tune the thing based upon the equipment that you're using. Really is the way to go, in my personal opinion. Well, I think the equipment teaches you that. If you don't think like that, your equipment will soon have words with you, and you'll realise that I am speaking some sense this particular time. Let's just get this as we go out. I don't think we're going to get little bales for next time. There's quite a lot of grass on this side, but yeah, again, it's all about time. You've only got so much time to do these type of things, right? So we want to fold. No, keep getting the fold wrong. There we go. Smash it. So, another day, another dollar. That is ready for us. How much grass did we get? Are we going to... Yeah, let's at least finish the job. Let's grab those bales, which is there. Let's grab that and let's stick them in. I would like to show you how well we did. If we're going to do just one job, then let's do it properly. Is all I'm going to say. Yeah, let's grab these few bales and stick them in and see. We're doing well. So again, that's going to take us up. Again, we're going to really seriously, as soon as you start to go big and you've not got that equipment, I mean, the beauty is obviously we've not got any seeders, so it's not going to wreck anything, but I do think I am right. I think the right decision, as much as it's easy and very cheap to buy the caster, it's also not something that's terribly worker friendly. So you can't just leave Courseplay trundling around the field. Now the no-till works with everything we've got. It works with precision farming. It tills, obviously no-till. Yeah, it does. It ticks all the boxes, and all you've got to do then is the liming. And I do think, as I said, I was talking about the liming. I didn't finish what I was going to say, so I'm going to show you what I'm leaning towards. As what I class as the perfect system, and it is a little bit, the Supima is a bit expensive, I've got to be honest, but then so is the Bredal, in so much as if you were going to think of a standalone system, then if you were to buy a brand new Bredal, again the Supima is okay in the sales, it's awkward in the sales, but what I mean is if you're buying a new system, like we're at that stage where we've got a choice and we're trying to make the right choice. I mean, the Bredal we've got, it's an 80-meter spread. That does slow you down, unless of course you buy a couple of Bredals. Right, let's have a look. How much grass did we do in the end? So let's look at our Omatana. It's all in there now. We need to go up to the top. 308 tons, because that silage was from that. So 308 tons of grass, and we've still got this field to do, which is not as tiny. It isn't. That's one thing I am going to say. So we have got the big Bredal, but yeah, what I'm leaning towards is, if we look under fertilizer spreaders, the Supima, that obviously the Bredal's got everything beaten it has on the storage. It does go up to 18 meters, but if you stick my favorites, which is that was the one. Whoa, that's my second favorite now, because again, this is my absolute favorite. Much smaller, but its ability with lime is unsurpassed. It's 36 meters for lime. That is quite amazing. So it's double. So it means it does half of the field and also stretches far better. It's got the best application rate. Now, whether it should have or not, it does have. So unless it gets nobbled, so there's 8.5 tons, 9.5, 9.8 tons of storage. If that, yeah, I mean, I would have a go at this. Oh, I didn't realise that. Ah, so that is for that. Yeah, again, this is possibly. Yeah, one thing I do like, isn't there one of those that is a wet dry? Because again, these are the type of specialist things that when you get large, I mean, I do like, one thing I do like, and I did love using it, was that it's not also that expensive. That's not a wet dry system though. I think it's the Trident that's wet and dry. I'm sure it is. Don't get me wrong, it is expensive, but then that's coming from a start from scratcher who, yeah, that is expensive to me, but we're getting to the stage where really we need to do that. Now then, I mean, that's not terribly expensive, but the speed on the field is what to go for. The thing that I love about the John Deere is its speed on the field is 20 miles an hour. It says 31, but it's fibbing. It's 20 something miles an hour actually working. So it's travels across the field at such a speed. Yeah, we're talking about liming, aren't we? Really? Yeah, spraying's a different matter. But I think this one, if I remember rightly, no, that is right. Yeah, the John Deere 4940. No, I'm not actually speaking rubbish. Actually, you can stick that unit on, and that becomes something super duper. So I am actually leaning towards that. If we look back at that back. It really is. For that, it is a little bit. I missed a sort of trick with that. Yeah, because I think of it as a sprayer, but really, 30 tons. That's the proper truck back though, isn't it? It is. But I'm quite happy with that one for the 4940 or for the Trident. And then it's a wet dry system that is quite amazing. So I think it's well worth that 16,000 to make that into a limer. I'm not sure if its speed stays as fast, but that's what I'm leaning towards. So we're going to need an awful lot of cash to make this happen. Yeah, to have the seeder and a planter, we're talking well over 500,000. And to make that happen, the Trident, sorry, the John Deere, which I do favour. I've fallen in love with that on Netherlands, and I'd forgotten that you could stick that on the actual. Yeah, that just reminded me that you can do that. So again, I'm leaning towards that, and it's also super duper fast. Although I don't know if it's super duper fast when you do it like that. It might be limited at that point to what it says on the tin, which I think it will be. Yeah, whereas when it's spraying, it's super duper fast. Let's have a look. It will be what it says on the tin there, which is down to 11 miles an hour, really. But it is what it is. Yeah, they're all. Now that's faster. Is that not amazing? They all do vary quite a lot. So there's a bit of an advantage in that one, actually, in what I was saying. But it is only 1 miles an hour, and that's still 36 meters. So do you know? And it's bigger. It is. That is a bit. Well, it's not with a Supima, I suppose, really. But the lime inside of it is not a lot in it. We needn't really, but to go for the sprayer would be quite phenomenal, because we are going to have to start doing that. As soon as you go no-till, you then need to spray, because you're going to have, so we would need to do that. But we have, of course, got a super duper sprayer. We bought it a long time ago. We've never had to use it. So the only thing is, we've never used it so far because we've only done grass. If we're going to go big, we're going to sort of miss the boat for this, because it is better to go for the systems that are faster than it is to go for this, which then, it's a bit of a shame. But it is what it is. It really is. But that is the end of another session. 456,404. Going to get this cut next session. work on the yard. We will do some animals. I'm just going to rack my brains on what we're going to do. So we've got that field that we can see in the very distance. That one there. And we should be able to just about see the ploughed edge of our field over there, which you can pretty much see. And while we're passing, I think we should probably do that. I do. Let's just have a quick look on the edge of our field 7. So we do own these 2 monsters, and we do need to plant them. And we will have a look next session at the planting windows and what we're going to do. Yeah, really. Field 7, the edge. I don't think there was much additional land with this one. I think it was pretty much just a little bit of an edge. Yeah, quite a broad edge at the top, but it might be like the 1, yeah, 8. It's quite a lot. Yeah, I suppose it is as much as 3, so we shall see. We'll have a look. Yeah, and it is still a lot of a bank of extra grass. I do love the painting on this, like the watercolours. It is quite amazing. So stones, we've got the de-stoner. We will set that. Apologise. Yeah, I am a bit all over the place, and I'm not 100% at the minute. I did a bit of a test the other day, and I did a ploughing, which you've got stones on, and these are medium stones. If you plough, it basically eradicates the stones that are already on there, and it's random. I think the first time you do it, it'll go to small. The second time you plough, it'll go to medium, and it's a bit random on how it does it. But if I plough, these stones sort of disappear, and it will start again. So really, if you want these medium stones, you should de-stone before you do anything. It's already been ploughed, so we need to grab those stones off. We shall send our big de-stoner, and we'll grab this and dump them at the edge of the field. We haven't got a bucket yet, I don't think, have we? We haven't got a telehandler either. That's another thing that probably isn't a bad idea. Anyway, this is the end of the session. We are going to start that filling, and I'm going to say my goodbyes. Yeah, I am. We're going to get this done next time, and we will definitely go into animals, but we have got equipment to buy, but we need to look at what we're sowing and all the rest of it. So with no further ado, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this exciting. It is amazing. We have done very well. I mean, we've just blown 1 million on land, so I would say that's definitely winning, truthfully, in the Farming Simulator world. And with no further ado, I'm going to say goodbye for now.